Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and President Donald Trump has called into CNN with some breaking news. A lot of breaking news these past 2 days, and this was a big one. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. President Trump made clear today when he called in, he spoke to CNN's Dana Bash, and he said, listen, we're standing with Israel. We are going to protect Israel against the evil regime in Iran, the supporter of terrorists, the supporter of Hezbollah, the supporter of Hamas, a region destabilizer. Iran is a rogue state. And you have to understand, if you don't already, I know people, we don't want to get involved in the war, and I don't want to see American troops on the ground, but what you have to understand is that if Iran was successful in getting this nuclear weapon, we are all in trouble. You think they're going to stop with Israel? First of all, it's not enough. It should be enough that they absolutely want to destroy Israel, and what I believe would absolutely use this type of weapon to do it, a weapon of mass destruction to do it. I absolutely believe that, because they don't believe in Israel's right to exist. They don't like the Jewish people. They're an evil people. And no, let me take that back. The Iranian people, the people, are actually great people. You ever met an Iranian? They're fantastic people. And their country was a friend and a thriving nation before the Ayatollahs took it over during the late President Jimmy Carter's watch. Now, they are a rogue state that supports evil. So when Trump was asked, well, did Israel's strikes take out the leadership, the military leadership, and all these Ayatollahs? Trump was like, well, it wasn't the flu or COVID that got them. I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Response to Israel's strikes on Iran. CNN anchor and chief political correspondent Dana Bash is here with me in the Situation Room. Dana, you just spoke to the president. Tell us about that conversation.
Well, my first question, it was a very brief conversation, Wolf, but my first question was about the Secretary of State's remarks last night, his statement, which you mentioned in the open to the show, which explicitly said that the U.S. was notified about the Israel strikes shortly before they happened, certainly warned Iran not to retaliate against U.S. assets. But the boilerplate language that you and I have seen for so many years that any U.S. administration puts in, which is the U.S. supports Israel's right to defend itself, the U.S. supports Israel's action, that was absent from that statement. And so that's how I began my discussion with the president. And I said, what does this mean about the support for what Israel has done and support for Israel? And he jumped in and said, we, of course, support Israel, obviously, and supported it like no one has ever supported it. It was a very successful attack. Iran should have listened to me when I said, I gave them, I don't know if you know, but I gave them a 60-day warning, and today is day 61. He went on to say they should now come to the table to make a deal before it's too late. It will be too late for them. The people I was dealing with are dead, the hardliners. And I said, so Israel got them? And he said, well, they were the hardliners. And I'll just say, yes, they're dead. And then I said, just to put a fine point on it, they were killed in last night's attack. And he said very sarcastically, yeah, they didn't die of the flu. They didn't die of COVID. Now, we know from Oren's reporting and others that some of the people who were eliminated last night include the head of the IRGC, the man who would have, the Air Force, who would have perhaps directed retaliation